Let's make this brutalism-inspired poster design in Photoshop. The canvas I'm working with today is 1080 by 1440 pixels. That's kind of the standard Instagram vertical dimensions now. I'm gonna start by kind of gridding out the layout. Brutalism is a very gridded style. So if you don't know how to use your grids, I have a whole video on grids, guides, and margins you should check out. But if you hit Command apostrophe, that'll bring up the grids. I'm gonna choose the rectangle tool and just draw out a rectangle starting about here. And we're gonna keep a 2-box margin on all sides of this design. So I really wanna line this up perfectly. I'm gonna adjust the height so it's exactly 16 inches and the width should be going to the 2-box margin, 9.5 inches, and then we will just nudge it with arrow keys. And let's change our background to black, just making a new layer, G for the fill tool, and then clicking once with the foreground color set to black. Now, if you want to change the color of the rectangle, we can go to our swatches and just click on white so we can see it. I'm gonna drag in our photo here. So this poster is called Bridge, and this is a shot I got of the bridge in downtown Chicago a while back. So I'm just gonna size it approximately to the dimensions of this box. And now to mask it to the exact shape of our rectangle, all we gotta do is come over here to the layers panel, hold Option, hover in the space between layers and click. You can also right click and go to create clipping mask. This is called a clipping mask. So you're basically masking this layer to the layer directly below it. From here, I also wanna add a stroke to this rectangle. So go to your rectangle layer, go to your effects and click stroke. And we're gonna use this yellow color for this design. FFF83A is the hex code. We'll hit OK and the 2-pixel stroke is good for this. Now to get this kind of classic brutalism type effect, we can either drop a threshold layer or a gradient map layer on top. So these are adjustment layers. If you go to the bottom right here, drop on a gradient map we'll do today. And then again, clip this gradient map to the layer below it, holding Option, hovering in the space and clicking. And now we can make this gradient map. If you just go to your basics, once you open up the editor, you can go to this black to white gradient and just adjust these sliders until you have the desired level of contrast. And to bring out even more detail in this image, we can add some grain on top. So if you go to your image layer, go up to filter, noise, add noise. That'll add a little bit of grain to just get some more detail. So it's kind of this like speckled look. And now the last thing I'll do with this gradient map is bring in some additional yellow from this box around it and the kind of the yellow theme we'll have going throughout this design. We can reopen the gradient map editor and click for a new point. We can make that the yellow that we're using. And now just dragging this around until it feels good to you. Kind of want this like stark contrast where we have some parts that are white, some parts that are yellow. So something around there I'm happy with. I'm also gonna drag the image over a little bit. I don't love this like wall of black. I want this bridge grid kind of going all the way to the edge. So there's our main image. I'm gonna package this together into a folder and just call it image. And now let's make a new layer for our text. If you go to T for the type tool on a new layer, you can click once and we'll type out bridge. This font is called Chronic. I really like how it looks, and I most importantly like how it looks for this specific image. I'm just rotating this with the free transform tool. Command T is a shortcut, and I just want to blow it up so it's like pretty close in height to this image. Again, let's pull up our grids with Command apostrophe. I'm gonna keep exactly like a 1-box distance between these elements. And now this font, the only downside is it doesn't have multiple levels of boldness, multiple font weights. We're gonna make this text sort of artificially bold by hitting Command J to duplicate this text layer. And we're just gonna nudge it up a few times. So just with your arrow keys, we're gonna hit the arrow keys 1, 2, 3 times, and then we'll do it again. Command J to duplicate it again. 1, 2, 3. Command J, 1, 2, 3. And I'm just doing this until we get like contact with these letters. Also gonna change this text color to yellow while I remember. So let's highlight all of these bridge text layers and click on our yellow swatch. We can also go in and clean up a little bit of that bold treatment. So one, I want to like connect this yellow here. So let's make a new layer. We're going to hit M for our rectangular marquee tool. That'll allow us just to draw a nice dotted line box around the area that we want to affect. And then with the brush tool, just click and drag that in yellow. We can also smooth out this part of the G up top. Let's make another new layer. And again, with the brush tool, I'm just going to click once here and then click again while holding shift up here to kind of make that a straight line. So next up, we've got this space at the top to fill. So I'm gonna start with a new layer and bring in some text. We'll hit T for the type tool, switch our foreground color to white, and I'm just gonna draw out a text box up here. We can adjust it as needed. We're gonna switch the font to Helvetica regular, we'll do 12-point font. And for the text, I went to ChatGPT and just had it come up with some poster text for a poster titled Bridge. Here's what it came up with. We got a nice paragraph here. So let's plug that in. I'm going to also increase the line spacing to 20, just to space it out a little bit. And then we can bring this box in. Let's also switch the paragraph alignment to this full justify to get this kind of like full box effect. And then we're going to position this text in line with the left side of the bridge image. And I'm just going to adjust this so it lines up with like a one box of space between the image and the text. And I'm also just going to dump this last line so we can move the whole thing down a bit. So let's lock that in there. And now for this right side, I'm going to drop in a barcode, which I just downloaded from Adobe's free stock collection, but you could easily make something very similar just by drawing out a bunch of lines and playing with the spacing and size between them. Let's invert it. So we have a white barcode on a black background using Command I is a shortcut. So again, let's line this up with the edge of the image. And I'll blow this up like so to span that 2-box height. And now we can come back into our text and cut this down a little bit more. Let's take out some more text just to make sure this all fits. Now to fill this space to the left, we're gonna drop a little bit more text on. So again, new layer, T for your type tool. I'm gonna use yellow for this one, just click once. Now I've got this like subtitle created also from ChatGPT where connections begin and divides end. So we'll drop that in and we're just gonna go like one word per line here. And then so it fits on the same height, I'm gonna reduce the spacing between lines to 12. Now for the space between, I'm gonna use like a little bit of kind of random stroked shape imagery, which is common in these types of posters. So let's make a new layer. I'm gonna drop on an ellipse tool. We're gonna draw out a circle, that, and just gonna line it up. And I'm gonna set the stroke on this one, going down to your effects, going to stroke, it's 2 pixels. We'll hit OK, and we'll drop the fill down to 0. And now I'm gonna hit Command J to duplicate this layer and just move one of the circles over. So we have this like intersecting circle. I'm gonna line it up with the midpoint. And now with these 2 circles, we can group them together, call them circles. You'll see a lot of these types of elements where they're like stroked shapes or maybe stars in these types of brutalism designs. I like it when it kind of ties back to the theme. So if our theme is bridge, kind of having 2 connecting circles feels right to me. Now the last piece of our composition is gonna be this line up top. You know, we have to get to this 2-box margin. So I've left some space up here intentionally. I don't know if I've seen this elsewhere before, but we're gonna write out bridge in Morse code with dots and dashes, and I'm gonna use that to kind of serve as like a top border. So let's make a new layer, and again, T for the type tool. Let's click once. I'm gonna go to my Google search results, bridge in Morse code, and copy and paste. Let's size this up a good bit. Something around here. And now I don't know why these dots are at like a different level than this line, but let's move this line up just by adjusting the baseline here in the character panel. So I'm just gonna adjust it up by 2. Now I'm gonna position this on the left side. So let's justify it with the edge of our text. And again, this 2-box margin from the top, stick with that. I'm gonna hit Command J and just move this one over. We'll set this one to white, and then taking our original one, duplicating it and keeping it yellow. Let's just keep these evenly spaced. So I'm gonna put this yellow one aligned with this right edge. The other yellow one is aligned with the left. And then highlighting all 3, you can go to your move tool and just click this distribute horizontally button, and we have everything nicely laid out across the top. So that's our composition. Now it's time to overlay some textures at the end. So I'm gonna make a new folder and call it finishing effects. Now let's start with a new layer and hit Shift Delete to bring up this fill box option, 50% gray. And then we're gonna convert this for smart filters. And then go up to filter, noise, add noise. We'll do like 5% and we'll set this blend mode to hard light. Kind of gives a layer of noise over the whole thing. And then some other textures that I have downloaded. I've got this like abstract grunge pattern that I think helps just give a little bit of detail to like our text and other elements. So I'm gonna set this one very subtly to multiply, and we'll drop the opacity way down to, let's do 10%. Another texture we can drop on, I've got these like scan lines lines that I downloaded. I think this was from Adobe's free stock collection, but we'll blow that up and set this blend mode to screen and drop the opacity down to 40. I'm also gonna drop these below the noise layer, so the noise is going on top of everything. I'm gonna adjust the scan lines too. I feel like it's interfering with the text a bit, so let's actually flip it. Let's rotate it 180 degrees. We've got a little bit less detail on this side, and we can just kind of drag this around until it's at a spot where we like it. And now before the textures hit, I do want to add a curves adjustment layer and just kind of flatten out everything by bringing up the black point just a bit and then dropping a point to level out the rest. And we're gonna lower the white point as well. So something around there. You can see the before and after of the finishing effects. Just kind of gives the design a little bit more character, makes the whole thing less perfect. So we're gonna stop there. That is our finished Brutalism-inspired poster design titled Bridge. Let me know if you have any questions on any of this process. May have gone a little bit fast at times. Apologies for that. Feel free to pause the video, rewind, but also just leave comments, ask questions. Happy to help however I can. Thanks as always for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.